Holy moly, there he is.
Have we got you? Okay.
Lawrence Gowan, the lead singer of Styx. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How's yourself?
I'm doing excellent. I am in my office. I'm not in the studio. I'm in the office here at the radio station at
Right.
97.1 The River. You are not in the Best Western. That looks like a fancy hotel.
You have a sharp eye. Yes, this is not the best Western. It's a very nice hotel for sure. Yeah.
Do you order room service at the hotels? What did you have?
I don't do that. Well, rarely do I. Sometimes in Las Vegas I will, but no, usually what I do is I've got the tour bus well stocked with the stuff that I like to eat, the avocados and the eggs and the smoked salmon and all that stuff. And that's usually what I do, unless certain hotels, this could have been one of them. Had I woken up early enough, I'd go and have breakfast with JY because he's usually in the restaurant very early in the morning.
You know what? We should do something old school right now. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Take your TV and let's throw it out the window.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I did already. I'm sorry. If I'd known you were going to ask, I do that immediately. The moment I enter the room, the first thing that happens is the TV goes out the window, and then I
Yeah,
call
I would, but
security.
I
I
already threw it out the window.
I did. I then, I then as a responsible citizen, I call security and tell them that Tommy Shaw did it.
There you go. That's the perfect plan right there. Hey, July 17th, this is going to be a blast. It's the Windy City Tour. We've got Styx and Chicago coming to Amerisbank Amphitheater. I just saw you there last summer, but I love seeing you guys every summer. And by the way, last summer, unbelievable performance. I love how your keyboard spins around so you can show,
Ah.
hey, people, I ain't faking it up here.
That's kind of right. In a lot of ways, that spinning keyboard has now been with me for 36 years. Yeah, 36 years at this point. So when I joined Styx, which was 27 years ago, they asked me to bring that thing along with me. So I've had that contraption on stage, and yeah, I guess the new revelation with these things is that you can actually show people that you're actually playing, that you're not milli vanilliing your way through these things.
No, I think a lot of people believe that. You and I have this connection, and as soon as I say this, you're going to go, "Oh, I remember this interview because for my 16th birthday, my parents bought me a Korg Poly 61."
You are the only other person I've known that owns that keyboard.
I
Yeah,
wish I
I've
still
never, I've
owned it.
never, I've never, sorry?
I said I wish I still owned it.
Oh, well, that played that keyboard. I'm still really, really fond of it. In fact, I bought a second one just for backup parts, and somehow that one got stolen or something. I don't know. It's missing. But yeah, so that's three people, including the thief. But yeah, that was a great little keyboard back in the 80s that I think was very underrated, but was kind of the main sound that I used on one of my records. Yeah.
The first song I learned how to play on it was Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. My three favorite piano rock songs: Home Sweet Home
Okay.
by Motley Crue,
Mhm.
Tiny Dancer, and of course, Come Sail Away. So
Wow.
what are your three favorite piano rock songs?
Well, I do love Tiny Dancer. That's for sure. Very much. That's one of my favorites. I think I love Lady Madonna. That's a great piano bit in that one. I play that one quite often. And Somebody to Love by Queen. And I guess probably Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Those
Those are
three.
great songs.
Yeah, those
Such
three
great
for me.
songs.
Oh, and sorry, I should also add maybe my favorite opening to any rock song is the piano piece for Firth the Fifth by Genesis.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. We're going to hear a bunch of hits on July 17th. It's Styx. It's Chicago
Oh yeah.
coming to Amerisbank Amphitheater. It's Father's Day weekend. Tomorrow is Father's Day. No, no,
Yeah.
Sunday is Father's Day. We just call it a full weekend. Happy Father's Day to you. Your son is in
Thank
a
you.
band.
My son yeah, he's actually just played Sweden Rock. He plays in a metal band called Seven Spires. It's a U.S. band, and they are tremendous players. He also plays with a guy named Roy Kahn, who was with the band. Oh shoot, I always forget the name of it. Anyway, that'll come to me. But anyway, yeah, he just played Sweden Rock. They're going back to play Wacken again, which is the monster festival in Germany, and they've got a very loyal following here in the U.S. as well. So yeah, so Dylan's doing very well as a drummer.
He's part of the circus life, the rock and roll circus life. Where do you reside? I know you're from Canada, but where's your home base when you're not on the road staying in these fancy hotels?
Fancy hotels. That was very Jiminy Glick.
Yes,
The
yes. I love
when you're
Marty.
not when you're not staying in those fancy hotels. Um, Toronto. I grew up in Toronto. I was born in Glasgow, Scotland. Our family immigrated to Canada when I was little, and I grew up in Toronto, and I still live in Toronto.
God, do you know Marty Short?
Do you know something? I know him a little bit because one night I got to be his piano player. Maybe about 8 years ago. He came to Toronto for it was a benefit concert. Uh, I just remember the Prince of Monaco and Diana Ross were there. Man, I'm dropping names like crazy. But my brother Terry, who was supposed to play piano for him, who has for a good number of Martin Short's shows, he couldn't make it. He was playing and he had this other engagement that was out of the country, and he asked me to do it. And I said, I'm not an accompanist, but he said, just learn it and do it. And I am so grateful that I did it because I just watched his doc. I've read his book, I must say, and also just watched the documentary. And I revere comedians. I hold them to a very, very high standard in my mind, and Martin Short is right at the top of that list.
Yeah, I saw that same documentary, and I saw this other podcast interview where Dana Carvey and why am I drawn to it? David Spade do this
Yeah,
podcast, and they had Eddie
yeah,
Vedder on, and Eddie
yeah.
Vedder was talking about quitting smoking, and he said Marty called me, and they're like Marty, and he goes, yeah, Martin Short. And they go,
Oh
you
yeah.
have a connection with Martin Short? And he goes, oh yeah, he calls me all the time. The fact that Eddie Vedder and Martin Short are friends just made my day.
Yeah, well, he also has great stories about George Harrison, and it's amazing. Yeah, I do remember. I think I remember seeing that with David Spade, Dana Carvey, because I think Martin Short said to Eddie Vedder, I think if I've got this right, why haven't you quit smoking? Are you waiting for the science? Something like that.
Yeah,
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 yeah. He's just brilliant. He's brilliant. Enough about Marty Shorts. Let's get back to Sticks. Let's get back there. Lawrence Gowan. What
yeah.
should we know about Sticks? Like, or your side projects? You guys are always working on something. What's the latest?
Well, the latest is our most recent album came out last year, Circling from Above, and that's on the heels of Crash of the Crown that came out in 2021. Crash of the Crown actually got to the top of Billboard's rock album chart, and Circling from Above, we've been working that one for now just under a year. And what's great about the last three albums that we've done, The Mission, Crash of the Crown, and Circling from Above, they really have kind of tied the back half of the last 54 years of Styx. I think they've kind of connected really well with the classic rock period that people know the band most from in the 70s, and they're analog records that really capture that sound and that classic rock feel. So we're really pleased with those. And we're about to go on tour, as you know, with Styx in Chicago for this summer, and that's going to be a spectacular thing. Yeah,
Yep.
looking forward to that so much. I'm a huge Chicago fan.
July 17th, our show here in Atlanta, Maris Bank Amphitheater. Speaking of
Yeah,
Atlanta, you've been through here numerous times in your musical career.
yeah.
I mean, this is almost 30 years with Styx now. What's one thing about Atlanta that stands out that you go, oh God, we're going back to Atlanta. I love this.
Well, I love that our management is there to begin with. The uh, uh, that whole thing. I also I love the atmosphere there. Quite honestly, I love the atmosphere and the history in Atlanta. What particularly, I've learned being Canadian. I didn't know a lot about the Civil War, for example. So I've learned a lot of what went on in Atlanta and how how that city had to rise from the ashes again. That's an amazing piece of history, and I love engaging with that when I'm on the road, by the way, because you get an opportunity to do that. Other than that, Yeah, I've just spent some great time. Oh, and our management is based there, so we're there quite often. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got good wings, good barbecue. And if you ever want to go to a really fancy place,
Yeah.
there's a place called the Claremont Lounge. Have your management take you to the Claremont Lounge, but make sure you wear something nice
I promise I will.
because it's a dive bar at the bottom of the Claremont Hotel that hasn't been redecorated since the 1970s, and it's where all the strippers go to retire. And they don't serve beer in bottles because they don't trust the customers. It's only in cans.
That, oh, I see. Yes, because you could, yeah, you could come up with a jailhouse knife. Yeah. Okay, I'll be careful with that. I'll wear one of my best vintage t-shirts for sure.
Well, we can't wait to see you here in Atlanta. And one last thing, I always love the fact we talked about this last time that Styx embraces. They love Cartman's version of "Come Sail Away." You guys do.
It's the best version ever. It is absolutely the best version. We always try to meet that bar every single night. Yeah, Cartman's "Come Sail Away" is the most engaging. Oh, sorry. Back to your previous question about Atlanta. One of my greatest memories there is that we at the World Series when they were playing against, I think it was Arizona, I believe it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't
Back
we?
to early 2000s. It was like no, not early 2000. It's 2021. It was like right after COVID, right? Right?
I think it
22.
was.
Yeah.
Anyway, that could be right. We sang the national anthem one of those games, and as I was leaving the field, ex-president Jimmy Carter was standing there, and I just thought I'll never get a moment like this. So I took about 4 steps over to him to shake his hand, and there was Secret Service guys there who suddenly were kind of trying to block me, but they were kind of confused because like, well, we just saw him sing the anthem, so he's probably okay. But Jimmy Carter kind of waved them off and shook my hand, and he's the only president that I ever met, and it was a great moment
What
for
a great
me.
moment. What a great moment. What a great memory. Atlanta
Yeah.
loves you. Can't wait to see you July 17th. Lawrence going. It's Styx and Chicago. Still a couple tickets left. Get them because it's going to be a fun night out there. And we'll see you in a few weeks here in Atlanta.
Looking forward to it, Axel. Great to see you again.
That's a sharp looking jacket.
Thanks, man. I'll wear it
Now
to that
go
dive. I'll wear it to that dive bar that you talked about.
the Claremont Lounge. All right, now go get something to eat. I can't believe you cook fish in your tour bus. Your tour bus has got to stink like fish.
Yeah. How did you know?
See you, Lawrence.
All right. Cheers. Bye now.